Hello everyone, I am Srinivasan, working as a assistant professor in computer science department in KSS Renaissance College of Technology. Today we are going to see about network security. So before that, I need to tell what is the purpose of security. So whatever the advancements and establishments in a software and a hardware, we need to protect them at the same cost of software and hardware. That is very important because lock is important for important things in a door or important things in a room. That is very important. So security is that much important to store the information and retrieve the information in very efficient and secure manner. That's why we are giving importance to the network security. So in which the OSI have been discussed about three important things in a network security. First one, security attacks and security mechanisms and security service. Okay, first security attacks in the sense we need to know what is threat. So threat is nothing but it's a possible danger. Okay, so if anything going to happen, it is a threat. So we are just assault on a threat, it becomes an attack. Okay, so security attacks is we are not giving importance to a possible danger, that means a threat, it becomes a attacks. And next one, security mechanisms, it provides some techniques to handle the attacks or is used to prevent and detect and handle the attacks. It is called as mechanisms. And last one is the security services. And security services in the sense it makes use of the mechanisms to handle the security attacks. That is a combination of mechanisms of security, so it will provide better services to the security attacks. These have five important criteria. First one is authentication. So what is meant by authentication? Authentication is nothing but to identify a person is a proper, he is authentic person to disclosure. If it is true means we can just send the information to him. So that is called as authentication. So it's a best example is suppose if anybody wants to enter in a room, they just ask us, so may I come in? If he is an authenticated person, we are allowed to enter. Okay, like our Gmail username and password, it is a proper authentication. So that's an authentication example. So if he is a right person, authenticated person, we can allow him to exchange the information or we can exchange the information. And second one, access control. Access control is nothing but limiting the access of authenticated persons. If the person is authenticated, we can give access to share our data. So that must be a limit. So it is called as access control. And third one is a data integrity. What is integrity in the sense? As I am a sender, I am sending a 4 data that must be received as a 4 data. So there is no change in receiver side. That is called as integrity. Okay. So next one, data confidentiality in the sense I am sending the information in very secure manner. So that is known by only sender and the receiver. So in the network, no other hackable persons are some hackers will not identify the information. So we have to provide the confidentiality over the data in the network. That is called as data confidentiality. And the last important thing is non-repudiation. What is non-repudiation? So like authentication is nothing but proof of sender and proof of receiver, whereas the non-repudiation is proof of sending and proof of receiving. Because if I am a client, I am sending on information to the bank for transaction, I am sending the information. Bank can deny you are not sending, as well as I can say I am not sending. So there is a proof for sending and there is a proof for receiving is must. So that's why the non-repudiation will handle this. That is called as non-repudiation. That is proof of sending and proof of receiving. So first we will see about what is attacks. Attacks I already said, it is a possible an assault on a potential possible danger. Okay, so next one, these have 4 types of attacks. First one is a masquerade. Okay, so sorry, it's a 2 types of attacks. One is active attacks and passive attacks. First, active attacks is nothing but what is the difference between active attack and passive attack in the sense? Active attack means if you are changing the contents of the message or accessing the resources of the sender or receiver, that is any changes or modification in the resources is called as active attacks. Whereas the passive attack, there is no modification and there is no content is affected, that is called as passive attacks. So active attacks have 4 types. One is masquerade and replay, and third one is modification of messages, and fourth one is denial of services. First one, masquerade, in the sense, masquerade is an active attack, I already said. So masquerade is nothing but one entity to be pretend to be another entity. That is, one person act as another person. Suppose if X and Y transacting means, in the immediate hacker Z will act as a Y. So X will send the information to Y. What X will think, it will send the information to Y. But the actual information is intercepted by Z. Okay. So this kind of attack is called as masquerade. So Z act as a Y. Okay. So next one, replay. Replay is nothing but, if I am sending an amount, one account to another account, I am sending at 10 o'clock. Transfer the amount $1,000 to Ram account. Okay, this is my information at 10 o'clock. Okay, what hacker, the information is passed over the network. What hacker will do is, it just receive the information at 10:01 and 10:05. They just replaying it. So again they are sending the same information to the bank. What bank will think, the information is come from me. So it is one kind of attack is called as replay. And third one is a modification of messages. So it is a pure active attack, because if X and Y are in a transaction, if Z is a hacker, Z will receive the messages of X and change the contents or modify the contents, and then it is uploaded to Y. So it is the Y received information which is not sent by X, which is modified by Z. And last one is a denial of services. So rather the remaining 3 attacks, denial of services will hack the or attack the server. So what in the sense means, suppose we want to hack the server, we need to do two things. One is we just cut down the response of the server, and the second one, we can dump the server by sending the bogus request. What is bogus request? There some unwanted request to the server will hack or server will dump. So it is called a denial of service. Next thing is, second type of attack is passive attacks. There are 2 types: release of message contents and traffic analysis. I already said passive attack is there is no affected data in the resources. It will not affect the resources of the data. So that is passive attacks. So what kind, if it is not affected, why we need to afraid about that? There is because passive attack is more stronger than active attacks, because passive attacks is like a release of message contents, means someone is dropping your messages, just they are release the message contents. That's important secret information releases will reveal to the public, which will be harmful to the informations. And second one, traffic analysis. So they are not actually or actively participating in the eavesdropping. Traffic analysis means they just analyze the traffic flow. So what is traffic flow? Who are all participating in that conversation, and what time they are participating, and how long they are participating. Based on that, they are guessing the nature of the content of the information. So it is one kind of attacks. Okay, without actually listening the contents, they are making the guesses to identify the nature of the contents. That is called as traffic analysis. So let's go on to the data confidentiality part. So these attacks are over, and data confidentiality part, how we can avoid the data confidentiality, how we can access the data confidentiality, because data confidentiality comes under services. So we need to concentrate on mechanisms. What mechanism is there to achieve a data confidentiality is encryption and decryption. So encryption is nothing but the plain text. What is plain text? The actual data is going to be transferred is called as plain text. That plain text is going to be changed some format. That format is called as ciphertext. Okay, so to change a ciphertext, so encryption is this one is a plain text. Okay, and this one is a key, and this 2 is a ciphertext. So one is converted to 2 with the help of plus and with the help of key, right? So the key is 1. With the help of key, the plus is an algorithm. So with the help of key and algorithm, the plain text is converted to 2. Okay. Again, the receiver side, the decryption, the ciphertext is receiver. The algorithm is different. So here plus, here minus. Minus is an algorithm, whereas the key is same. So 2 minus 1. So So it will be 1. So algorithm is different, key is same, you will receive the client text again. So it is called as decryption. Okay, so this is a mechanism to access the services of data confidentiality. Some other mechanisms are there for authentication, for use an OTP, and the password is for a mechanism for authentication, and access control is an resources limit, and data integrity will be achieved by the mechanism of CRC and checksum, and data confidentiality mechanism is encryption and decryption, and non-repudiation is achieved by the mechanisms of digital signature. That's all about the network security basic concept. Thank you for listening.